Yeah, thanks, Sigmar. Hello, everyone. Liz Nelligan. I am the VP of Media Strategy. And really effective media planning and execution starts with strategy. And at Ansira, we really take that integrated approach to focus on the holistic journey from the customer, what they're actually doing. We want to marry that high-skilled tech with the experts of our folks. So you're going to hear a lot of tech today, which includes our website platform. So Angie's going to take over from me and talk a lot about that. But the big piece of that is understanding the data and how we interpret that data and use that data. So Kelly's going to then take over and talk about that. And you're going to really get some great ideas and takeaways from today. So starting with what makes a winning media strategy? And I just love a listicle, so we're gonna do this. The first is it reaches your target audience. You're really leveraging that media consumption to understand how is somebody actually viewing media? Where are their eyeballs at? How can you make sure that you're getting that message into the market? Second is that message resonates with folks within your market. It's data-driven activation. It's that hyper-local. I think this was the perfect time to come on stage right after talking about hyper-local media and targeting and really understanding your consumers. And then flexibility with budget. That is pretty much a challenge that we see across the board where you need to be more agile. You need to have the ability to scale when needed. So I've got 5 really fun examples. I even have some videos here, so you'll get a little bit of a break. Call out 5 things that we've done with people sitting in this room, brands sitting in this room. The first is with Wendy's. So we partnered, the local franchisees partnered with the UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. So that co-op wanted to make sure that they had presence for their target audience. And with this being the collegiate, we were able to reach that demographic of that QSR customer. And this included a lot of things from tickets, digital out-of-home boards. The best part about this, though, was the video taken from those student athletes. So I'll let you take a look here.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely, no.
No, I do not do that. That's unheard of.
Absolutely.
Do you?
I do too.
That is a sin.
No, they tell you, but
no, that's nasty.
I swear to God,
nasty.
So it's really fun, and apparently it is quite the controversial topic of do you dip your fries in your Frosty? But did this hit any of our key areas of a winning media strategy? And it did. We reached our target audience there. We had that message that resonated within the market, and we used that UGC, the user-generated content from those student athletes across other social platforms. We just heard a lot about influencers as well. This is kind of that ingrained area that we can focus on. Hyper-local, really hitting that Birmingham market, and flexibility with budgets. We had the co-op franchisees within that market pull their money together to extend their budget and go farther. We've got the second with Rusnick Auto Group. So what we wanted to do was really implement an all-encompassing, holistic social media approach, and this was everything from awareness, engagement, and conversions. And then what we did was we leveraged a lot of that data from our proprietary ad tech with that 3rd generation AI. So as we heard from Crystal yesterday, AI doesn't have to be scary as long as you're using the tool correctly. But did this reach our target consumers, and did it really hit our goals for that winning media strategy? And it did. We had that data-driven activation. We know within the LA market, which again is the hyper-local approach, that social media over-indexes. It's a great way for us to make sure that we're hitting that consumer at the point where they're taking that approach. Flexibility with budget as well. Now we've got auto owners. So I think from the breakout sessions. A lot of this is gonna be what you've already seen here, but we wanted to partner with Home Team Sports to really focus on some unique type of marketing that we can do with the extended fan base. So focus on that 7 priority states, and then we had game flows, live actions, hospitality, as Chip talked about. I am gonna play another video here. It might wake everyone up. It's exciting. This is probably one of my favorite spots. But that's an example of that live action game flow. So, does it hit our what we want to? It reaches that target audience. We have that data-driven approach where we know that sports is a big focus for the insurance consumer, and it's hyper-local. We're in those 7 priority states, really getting that message out there. Then we're gonna move over to Wisconsin and talk about Bergstrom Automotive. So we were given quite the goal to increase GMC monthly sales, and how we wanted to do this was to expand our geo-targeting so that we weren't just focusing right on their PMA, but seeing where else can we get additional consumers. We use the data to understand how far is someone willing to drive to make that purchase. And then we leveraged our proprietary ad tech to do the heavy lifting and really allow the budget to flow where it's going to reach that biggest return. So, did we have those results? It was the data-driven activation, that hyper-local approach, and we did have that flexibility with budget. One final example here, which you probably also heard about a little bit earlier, is Cheers to Limestone Branch. So we partnered for Yellowstone Bourbon with a new show called American Made on Outdoor Channel, where we talk about that 7th generation distillery, family-owned, what that really feels like, and gave an entire episode dedicated to that. So it was a nice way for us to really have a unique integration with this type of message.
Distilling for me, it's not just about making whiskey. You know, this is something that our family's done for generations. I mean, it's our legacy, it's our pride. It's a lot that goes into that bottle besides just liquid. I'm Stephen Beam, and I'm the master distiller of Yellowstone Bourbon.
I feel like every time I watch that clip, I get goosebumps. I just love it. And that's really where that message resonates with your local market. It's with your consumers. It makes me want to have a glass of bourbon. So Fletcher and Vincent, I'm coming to find you after this. But did it reach what we wanted to for that winning media strategy? And it did. It's using the data to know that our consumers are watching Outdoor Channel. It's a way for us to extend what we're doing for the interest of a new show that's coming on. It's that message that resonates, the goosebumps that I have. It's also a very unique integration to get the brand out there, but not necessarily just blast a message from a media standpoint. And it does reach your audience. It had social and website component to it, so really was a good way for us to scale that. So quiz time. I'm not gonna have anyone really shout out answers, but do you remember those 5 key pieces for a winning strategy? I probably sent them about 16 times, so yes. The first is it reaches your target audience. So do you have the right tactics based on where your consumers are really seeing that media? Are you making sure that you've got maybe the terrestrial audio, or maybe you've got more of the connected TV, that video? Is that where your consumers are spending their time? It resonates with the market. You've got some really fun creatives or more unique ad units. This is very, very important. You have data-driven activation. Strategy is based in data. It is so important, and you want to make sure that you're using that throughout your media activation. It's that hyper-local approach. So as necessary, you're really honing in on the markets that's going to have the best and biggest return for your business. And then flexibility with budget. Test things out. If it's not working, move, maneuver. Figure out what is going to work best for your media. So I will pass it on to Angie now.